you here. Okay. Very key right here is the S&P 500. I know Bruce, which is right here, trade a lot of S&P. S&P is a toss as it is. The level that is going to confirm one way or the other is, I would say, with an insurance, 1248, 1250. A break of 1250, like we said yesterday, is going to open the door to here, minimum. Still, the S&P, as far as this level is in place, which is 1292, the S&P is bullish, no matter if it is from here, or from here. It's bullish using Elliott Wave. I don't know about other indicators, but at least Elliott Wave is bullish. Now, I don't want you guys to concentrate right now on nothing more than this decline. Why? Because that decline is going to dictate the only bearish scenario is, in my view, is a flat. When you got a clear 5 cut weight here, so you need an impulse here, because this, exactly, that's why. Because that's a good point, Bruce. Because this is a 5, my friend. You need 5 to end an ABC. A, B, and Z. You follow me now? Now, what happened? This is a 3 to the 618 of this one, as you guys know. And from here, the only way that you can make this an impulse is a diagonal, right? Now, a diagonal, for all you guys that don't know, is a series of 3 ways. 1, 2, 3. This is a diagonal in Elliott waves. The difference with the regular impulse, I'm sorry if I'm drawing, is that allow the overlap right here. But it's a series of 3 ways. You got 3 here, and you got 3. And it's still not convinced that this is, and I'm still not sure if this is 3 or this is the first leg of 3. And then the diagonal just started right now. Now, what it matters to me is that I have a 3, I have 3 backs, and I have 3 more, but this is corrective. You know what I mean, Bruce? This drop right here, it is corrective. Now, at the early in the morning, it could have been a nest, 1, 2, 1, 2, but it looks like it's not a nest. That being the case, that's taking the flat scenario out. I think it just made 5 away from the lows now. Now, with that being said, if this is corrective, the S&P is going to trade higher. Not from one current level, should drop to around 1260 again, 1269, 1270, and going higher. But if this is higher, you got to correlate the dollar with that scenario, in my opinion. So that's for the S&P. Now, S&P a little bigger picture. It should be this one, yes. This is what I mean. You see, you got the first W here in 3, so you need a 3 to the outside, but the first leg was a 5, so you need around 1313 or about 1292 in order to call this correction over. When that correction over, the S&P should crash, like everyone is expecting. Now, I mean, if a flat is in place, which I don't think so, it's only more painful because it's going to delay the crash. I I mean, for me, that word crash sounds so bad because it's going to make so much damage to the whole world. But at least that's what the waves are saying. But well, it's going to drop. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I mean, it can get less. S&P is tricky like that to gap out and can open higher and take the dollar lower. But at least I want to see a print about 1293 to call the move. I mean, in other words, to call the move. I mean, like it ended in the correction, the corrective wave too. I mean, you cannot label this a triangle. It's not contracted. Another scenario is a flat. And the flat, like I say, it needs to drop now from another high then to here, but at the end it's going to bounce. S&P is bullish long time. I mean, short time friends. In the middle one is bullish. In the biggest one, like a weekly, a daily, is bearish. In the short time frame, it's a toss. In the 30-minute chart, I would say it's kind of bullish. Now, if you take a look at the drop, I see probably 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So do not get surprised to see another drop right here, unless this is going to be a complete A, a B, and a C, and then it's over. All right? So that's for the S&P. Now, yesterday we were right in the direction, like my good friend Sad said to me. We would believe, and this is something, guys, I'm a believer. I like to teach. I mean, before I open Elliott Wave Forecast, I teach Forex to people. I charged for it. I was given a class, 5-day class, about the whole overall market here in Miami. And believe me, I got 5 to 7 clients every week. We were teaching overall market, and also we were teaching Elliott Waves. We charge, of course, for that. But I'm not a type of person that holds the knowledge. I mean, some people say that is a gift. Some people say that is knowledge. I don't know. I don't like holding the knowledge. I use a lot of market correlation. That's why you guys see me switching on Tuesday or Wednesday from calling a top in the dollar to become bullish again, because when I see the structure, contracted structure into the dollar switch, I knew that a new high in the dollar switch was coming. And if the dollar switch is going higher, believe me, the dollar is going to trade higher. Remember that yesterday. I told everyone the dollar is going to break the high. Now, I was betting on the triangle because it looked good at the time, but it looks like this pair is sometimes. I have a love-hate relationship with this pair, because once I was positive with 1,200 pips in this pair, and I fell asleep in the trade. Yeah, I know, more hate than love. That's sad, because he knows me for a long time. He knows what I mean. I was up 1,200 pips in the trade, and I only cashed around 600. I fell asleep, and it tricked me out in the weekly count. And sorry about saying then, I hate the pair, but it's so clear right now that I start loving it again, because it's giving me the clue. The clue is as follows, that it did right here, believe it or not, an ugly structure that goes 1, A, B, and C flat. I can prove it in the RSI that that's the structure. Look, from here I did 1 and then did a flat. I didn't see it last night. I saw it today. That's why sometimes I say that we need to reduce the number of pairs, because I miss this trade because of sometimes the rushing laboring. So it did a 1. Look at the flat right here. on the RSI and then break higher. Now, this pair needs to trade higher. I would say around 97. For now, it's looking probably 95.44 to complete 1, 2 to the 1.618, or can extend a little bit, but needs to break the high at 94.64. Now, labors, 96.18 can be the first level that you can say can be there, or 97.34, which is most likely the case. If you see the RSI, the next high, look, this is the RSI at his best. You see where it is right here now? That's the higher probably that is going to be within the wave 3 and the 4 hour. That's why it's close to the 618. Now I should do this and finish most likely. But it needs to give a high with divergence. Now, descending the dailies, when you see that now we didn't have divergence, right? We're going to have it. And that divergence is going to mean that the next high should be favorable. Now, trading these pairs, I mean, for those that hold a big account, I recommend this trade. I recommend selling this pair around 97.71 with a stop loss, I would say about 1, looking for, I would say this is a long swing trade with an stop looking for 84. That's a very long swing trade. I'm planning to take it. I mean, because if it goes about 1, I think it's another thing. But that should be a very good short swing trader. Now, that's giving all the crew. It has more outside. That's why I believe that the dollar got also more outside, like Matt was saying on the room. Now, the dollar, let me see if I have the chart here. Okay, let me go to the daily. Like everybody knows already, you guys should sleep with these charts because it's my job to let you guys know about it. This is a delayed one, so there is a new high already. The dollar now, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, a target for the dollar, if it's a double zigzag, can be around 81.96. Otherwise, I would say that you have to measure from here and can be around 82 or 80, 81.50, 82 should be very interesting when it comes to the dollar. Another target possible is 82. 82 should be very interesting. Now, that's for the dollar. After should come a correction. Now, the euro, I don't know if you guys got the chance to watch the video that we did. Bruce, sorry, I'm going to tell you now, you can listen to me. We do intraday videos, but we used to do more before, but because of the forum, and we don't want to get into too much repetition, but I know that most of you guys trade the euro. That's why we did it today. Now, the euro, guys, we need to accept it. The target of the euro is around 129.96, 125, 126 area. If we take a look, we take this and we put the weekly right here, I want you guys to understand this. There is a huge trend line coming in the euro very soon. That trend line comes in the year 2000. I'm going to trace it here. Let me show you guys when it is now. Let me download it. Let me take this. Like right now comes around the 125.60. It's long ago. But what I say is that if you take a look to the 8-hour chart, in the 8-hour chart, look, the trend line is right here. So it has a long way to go. I don't say that it needs to test the trend line. Don't get me wrong. Now, if we go again to the weekly here a little bit, 1 second, because this is a level. If it's a triangle and you have A and then you have A, B, C, and this is the D way, he needs to correct 2026 is the equal here and is the 76.4 of the previous lead higher. Very interesting level. So I'm giving you guys levels so you guys understand where we are. Now let's play a little bit with the indicator. Look, the weekly is at the lows. Very interesting. Monthly, you guys know about it. Dailies is at the top, giving you divergency in every single move to the downside. The RSI, look, I want you guys to understand this. How many times, let me take this indicator for a second. How many times have you seen divergency on the dailies on the euro? You want me to tell you guys? Let me show you. You saw divergency here. Look what happened after. Disregard the label. You saw divergency here at 118. Look what happened after. You seeing it, right? And now, for the third time, you see in divergency here on the daily. That's the same thing that the indicator is telling you on the monthly. Those three lows can be a huge low. So, do I tell you that say something to you? You see what I mean? That doesn't happen many often that you see divergency on the weeklies on the dailies in this pair. So, like I say, my best guess going back is that with ending a cycle, because every time that I see divergency in those cycles in my RSI, I'm going to tell you guys a cycle is ending. Look, I think that the euro, I don't know if Hazard is here. Let me check 1 second. It was at the wrong. I don't see it here. Okay. I think that the euro is doing a type of repetition of this move. It brought the channel and it jumping back very hard. It brought the channel and it brought back, it get back very hard. Now, you see the divergency that we have here? You remember Dina, because I remember you told me how you knew that. Because everyone was bearish, remember? I remember you become a member around here. Look, right there. Same things right here. I don't say, don't get my words. I saying that it should be more US dollar strength based on the sweeps. But I can say any short needs to be careful, guys. Don't say, Matt, it's what I told you the other days. I'm playing 2 counts, and I would say this. Only the market correlation can tell you, my friend, where we are. You follow me? Like we knew it yesterday that it's going to happen. Now, like I say, let me finish with this. I'm going to answer your question about that. Let's say, what do you have from here? Look, you have W, S, Y. Let me take these figures here so you don't get that many lines. you're going to see how these two levels are related to equal legs right there. You see it? Almost to equal legs. So for me, it's a zigzag right there, a double zigzag. This second leg of the zigzag is going to be related with this first leg of the zigzag. How come? 1 second. Okay, that's when they're going to come to 126, which is this leg. Let me see. This leg equal 125. You see the low that we have here was the 618. That's telling me that the market is looking that count like me. Now, the next target is 125. Now, that doesn't mean that needs to follow that correction, because another thing is that you take a look to these two legs, they were equal to the pit. So we don't know which way the market is going to make the final low. Either these two equal exactly, because David, that's the truth, man. I mean, I try to give you guys the best insight. You know what I mean? Nobody knows for sure in the way that it's like yesterday. I can tell you guys that the dollar is going to get strong because the dollar swings. And I knew and I switched, but nobody knows if the structure is going to be a triangle. At that moment, looks better as a triangle, or the structure is going to be like it is today. So like I say, I always say another thing, David, in trading. As far as you know that you're going to get to 4, do not matter if it is 1 plus 3 or 2 plus 2. Because nobody has the holy grail to know exactly. So I would say this. These two legs, they are equal at 126. And then you got to take a look at these two legs. Now, these two legs, they get equal at 127.30 area. Those are areas that exactly. That's the way it is. Exactly like that, Dave. I agree with you. I mean, it's like yesterday. We present to you guys 3 different scenarios on the dollar. You remember? Because that's the one I saw as an Elliott Wave that can take place. Those 3 scenarios. But all the 3 were calling at the end more US dollar strength. So as a trader, you have to think and say, okay, I have to buy the dollar or start creating a position in the dollar. You follow me? It's a probability game. That's what I mean. Now, technically, what I say is that any place between 125 and 127, it can surprise. That's all I can say. Now, going a little bit lower in time frame, like a 4-hour, look, because you need to be zooming in. This decline, like I explained on the video, it was a 3-way move, which mean that this decline, no matter how, needs to result in 3-way move. So far, you see, look at the RSI. It's a 3-way move here. You need 3-way move here. So far, the decline from 3070, 3080 is a 3-way move. It's not a 5-way move. It's a 3. So now you gotta play the game like this, like David said right there. This is a very interesting level, 2740 area, is the equal legs. The market is bouncing from these two equal. I'm going to explain to you guys now that. So, in other words, let me put it to you simple so you guys can understand. As far as you see the dollar swings, in my view, not making a new high, I would say that still, even when it's overbought, even when it's ending a cycle, you should stay with the dollar and to prove you wrong. You know what I mean, David? Because otherwise you're trading. I mean, if you want to trade a scalping or short time frame, you can do whatever you want. I mean, go sides. But you're going to be a swing, I would say that you have to go to the dollar. Even when you know that the cycle is ending, until you see a clear 5 ways down in the dollar. Or hit. Now, as a trader, what you need to do, wait and see a reaction higher. If the reaction comes, exactly. If the reaction comes in 5, then you buy. Otherwise, any 3 ways, you sell it again. Because like David said, the trend is your friend. Right here, anybody can get tricked because it broke out of the channel. But he did the same right here. It broke out of the channel and trust. Look how similar. I don't know if you guys can see it. This looked. Broke out it, entered again with divergency. Broke out it, entered again with divergency. So that's telling me something. Now, when do you buy the euro here if you want to buy or sell the dollar? When you saw this strong swing against the move. You follow me? Otherwise, it's very risky being long or short dollar at this stage. You can take it and trying to cash a swing by knowing the swing trade, like I say. Now, let me get back now to the 1 hour chart. Look where the market is. And I know, for example, Davey, I know that he used the RSI a lot. Look, the RSI. This low technically read 1885, right? Look at this low, how much is reading? 1810. This one read 1185. So it's a huge momentum there. Now, these 2 legs, like I explained in the video, they were equal legs. Do you see? 1 second, because it was a triangle. It's from here. You see, they weren't related to the 1.236. Now, if you take a look at the RSI, this is a 3-way move, as it is. So that's going to leave you with 2 alternatives only. First is the alternative that this is either 1, 2, and we ending wave 3 because there is no divergency. Or the alternative when you got A, B, and C. The market is being stopped right now at the equal legs, if you guys don't know about it. Right there. It's stopped at the lows right there, the equal legs. So again, you gotta wait for the subdivision or give it time to either sell or buy, in my opinion. Now is no time to be either side. If you are not in the market, let it run a bit. Now, the RSI of the 15-minute chart right here is showing divergency in this low. So even I don't like it, it can be 1, 2. How many swings you can count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. it can be called a complete sideways, even I don't like it. Or right here, you can call that it's giving you divergences in this low. So it's probably like very soon we're going to see a move to around 2840 area right here if it's going to keep going lower. My best advice, like I say, give it a try and wait for the market to break that trend line before, if you want to get some time, you're going to get to the short side. That's my view. Now, the other indicator, David, that you was asking me is this one. This indicator works as follows. In the 5-way swing, this indicator is going to give you 1, 2, 3. It's going to go from the high to the low. Wave 4 is going to go to the high. And then 5 is going to give you divergence against the low. If you see last night, I labeled this 1, 2, 3. I labeled the 4 because I knew that my 1 hour was coming out of the lows. But it went to the lows, which is telling me that this is a 3-way move from here, in my view. Now, if you go small, let's wait for the data. Look, it did 1, 2, 3. It went higher in the 4 and 5. You see the divergence when he finished that move, right? Second, I know you understand the indicator, how it works. That's telling me, that makes suspicious enough for me to believe that this is a complete cycle. Now, the other one, it did the same. Look, the leading diagonal. No, this indicator is very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in regular 2, and then it went to the lows, it went to the high, and it's finishing a move. Look, the divergence send this low right here. So I know that either from here or a little bit lower, we're going to get a bounce to the outside. Now, all you need to do is wait for the bounce, the structure of the bounce. If it's a 3-way, buy the dollar again. Otherwise, like David, nobody knows for sure. I mean, exactly what's going to happen. I can give you an idea. An idea is that so far, Elliott Wave, why this is a 3-way move. Now, let me see if the data allow me to show you what I need to go to the hour. Something that I want to show you guys. The euro is famous for doing this type of stuff. Look, something very similar here. From here, what you see? You see, I remember, everyone saw this from the high. Everyone was laboring 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and everyone was waiting for the 4 and the 5 here. Remember, guys? But guess what? The euro did a 3-way. We got something similar when everyone is waiting for the B-way to get deep, and the market do not allow you to do that. That's happening a lot with the euro because it's a one-side trade technically right now. So, like I say, this that is taking place here, it looks very similar to me to this move right here. So, I mean, like right now, yesterday was the day to sell the S&P to get short on the euro. Look, right here, he did it again. 1, 2, 3. When the B was very small. It gives you the impression, I mean, no, right there, 1 second. He keep doing it that, look. Right here, descend, a 3-way move with a small B way on the middle. the same here, a three-way move with a big way on the middle. And on and on and on. Look, this is the good one. This is the low at 131. You see, 1, 2, 3. No 5 ways, 3 ways. The biggest momentum was right here, just on the bottom. So, like I say, it's very dangerous to sell it right now. I still believe that it can be more downside. But like I say, if this was a 3, if that was a 3, the next leg can be a 3 as well. So that not necessarily needs to be 535. It can be 535 W, an S, and a high. Now, only another scenario is a leading diagonal C-way. My partner James, he liked that scenario. Let me take the labels out a little bit. It's like this, as follows. If that being the case, what's taking place is something like a leading diagonal C-way, when from here you label as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is A. And then you got the B. And then on the B you have, from the B you have 1, 2, 3, or 3 ending now, a 4 and a 5. That being the case, you gotta trace this channel here. I don't like it that much, to be honest with you. Or a leading diagonal from here possible, but all I know is that I see this, and this is telling me be careful to the short side. That's all it's telling me. It can run for 100 pips, don't get me wrong. As a service, I cannot tell you nothing else. Look, right here, I was calling a bounce. It didn't happen from there, but the bounce happened after all. So that's all I can tell you. Now, there is a question there. If a bounce happened, how big it can be? All I can tell you is this. You have to be aggressive because of the S&P. 2 scenarios. Either is this one. Let's say that happened from current levels. And he does this. Or this trend line took place already right here, and then you have the same triangle when you have the same triangle where you have A, B, C, D, E, and it's already trusting. So my best advice is you wait for the low to happen, and wherever the low happens, then all you can do is you sell it at the 50 around on the test of the trend line here, and you wait, because you gotta play. The S&P is so bearish, in the higher degree charge, that you gotta play the more aggressive scenario. You guys follow me? Because otherwise, you can lose a trade, or you can lose, even though nobody here trades in that degrees of charge. But the bounce can be in a small bounce. Look how big this one was. This one was past the 3802. So you got to play with it one. Let's say you go here and you sell it around 133, 135, around the trend line and the 3802, and see what happened. Anyway, I mean, nobody trades this time frame, but that's any scenario that I have to let you guys know about it, because people are asking me. So all I say is that it's very, I mean, now the biggest move is the one that comes after this one. That's the one that is going to take the euro to minimum, let's say that the whole is there, it's going to take it very low. I would say if this was E, it can take the euro as low. This is scary, but 105, 106 area. Now, another way that you guys can do it, I don't know if you guys is using this indicator. If you notice here on the daily, I mean, look, when the bounce happened, he went to the top. Bounce happened, he's at the top. So if you're going to trade the big swing, you have to wait for the indicator to become bullish before you can get into go over so before going low. It depends on the trend line that you're doing. Like right now, he can run another 100 picks to the downside, but I use these indicators every day. I know that right now he can extend to the downside, but most likely, like he did right here, he can extend. Look, he getting to the oversold in the 4 hour around 131 and change. It dropped another 200 picks. But at the end, it's going to go to the outside again. The same here, look, right here, he runs a little bit. He has a deviation. I mean, he has a deviation, and you cannot trade base only because you saw the indicator. You have to relate it to the Elliott Wave. Now, before the 4 hour goes higher, the 1 hour is gonna go higher first. The 1 hour is at the lows. You see, like it was yesterday. But the bounce is gonna bounce. So you gotta wait. It's not the first time that you're gonna see it like that. I can get back, look. Right here, he was like that, and finally, now, if you see that he get back to the top and hasn't run in price, you got to sell it again, because that means that the trend is going to keep going lower. In other words, the time now for sell the euro is when you see this indicator jumping back to this area. No, now. You got it, David, how it works? You got to see it. And then when you see that he get back to the top, you identify a top right here and you resell it against that top. In other words, now the top is right here, 130. And now that's what I see, guys. I mean, like I say, I see more US dollar strength. I don't think that is completed. But all I can tell you is there is divergence in every time frame on the euro and the dollar. So we got to be careful, because there are 5 visible waves on the euro. My best advice, take the dollar swings as an indicator. When the dollar swings go about the previous high in the daily, then you become less aggressive when it comes to buying the dollar. In my view, that's the most that we can say, and that's what we say. Because you know what? Look, if we take a look at the RSI, right here, if you take a look, the first, let's agree, everyone, that this is a triangle there. The entry to the triangle here was this move, which is this one, was a 3-way. Now, this one taking place today is bigger. But if I downgrade the chart, I remember telling you guys, you see, it's the same move, but in the biggest magnitude today. Look, same move. Let me put the candle so you guys see it. You see, there was a correction in the middle, but there is a seven swing move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It can be a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it can be a 5. But it makes another load here. So if this is a 3 onto here, then, like I say, the move from there, if the triangle was a 3, let me get bigger. If the triangle was a 3, he didn't break technically about the triangle. So maybe this is ABCW, S, ABCY, or maybe, I don't like that scenario, I like it like I'm laboring, ABCW, S, and we're going lower in Y. That's what I think is taking place, according to Elliott Wave. Any question, guys, about any pair that you guys want? Any question? That's what I see, guys, to be honest with you guys. Look, that's a good one, Gustavo. Euro pound. I mean, remember, guys, you always need to use, we've been right on the Euro pound counts. You know that, Gustavo. We've been right there to the pit. Look, Euro pound. Look what we are proposing in the Euro pound. It's been working perfectly. Now, look at the RSI. It's giving you a huge divergence already. Since the price is here. That's telling you momentum is lacking. I mean, people confuse divergency with being the final of the move. Divergency, the only thing that say is two things. Momentum is lacking and it's a wave 5 or a C wave was taking place. Nothing else. Divergency doesn't say when the move is going to end. Right? Now, I can identify here, look, from here to here, the RSI goes from here to here. I can see 5 swing there. You see it, Gustavo? That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings. I see 3 backs, and I believe that this pair is doing the same thing that did right here. A biggest A and a small B, and a small B and then a small C. A biggest A and a small C and a biggest and a small B and C. Now, ideally, this lead goes to the 618, the C of the A, right? So these two, you need to find a way to relate the weights. These two, they're going to become equal at 80 OA. Now, these two needs to be related also because they are a higher degree. It comes at 82.29, which is also the area when this one is going to be exactly what this one. This one is the 618 of this one. This one is going to be the 618 of this one at 82.20 area. That's a very interesting level there. Now, if you go small, you need to start downgrading the pair. This is what I see because I don't care about the whole structure. All I care now is in this pair about the move from here because that's the final move. What I see 1, 2. I remember last week I told everyone, sell the Euro pound on here. Remember, Gustavo, that I said it was a spot right there. And then from there, you can see 1, 2, 1, 2. You can see the separation in the middle. Now, this is in an hour, right? You got divergency already. But the divergency maybe, if you take a look at the RSI, come from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that a cycle is ending in this pair. It can be at 82.21, or it can be, let me see, 5 equals 1, I believe it passed that, right? Or it can be at 82.45. Now, because that's not the end, because you have this degree to resolve, and then it can be 20, 80, 82, 20, 25, 15 area, 10 area is the 618 or 1.618 of the first lead. So what I'm expecting in this pair is from around this area, a 3 back and another low. That's what I'm expecting in that pair to complete 5 ways from here. But you see, you have divergence already, but that doesn't mean that I cannot drop another 100 pips. All I'm telling you is that the momentum, the biggest momentum was right here. It's telling you that the cycle is going to end sooner or later. In other words, that you are in a series of 4 or 5 already. That's all I can tell you. That's all an RSI is telling you. RSI identifies the cycles to labor in the waves. That's all it does. Look, very simple. From here, what you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at the RSI. Look, from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is a cycle, but you have another cycle here that is ending the 5 now someplace around here. But I'm sorry, this is the RSI, my bad. It won't end around here, but won't break this low. If it breaks this low, it's not a 5-way move. It's a 3-way move. You follow me? That's how it works. But like David said, nobody knows for sure which one is the level that is going to end. All I know as a trader is that got more downside, and it can end at 81.78. It can end even at 81.50, the whole move. But it has more downside. That's all I can tell you. If I'm short this pair from here, I don't close my position. I let it run because I don't see 5 ways from here. I see 1, 2, 3. I need a 4 and a 5. I put my stop here and I let it run. Now, gold. Look, and I'd say, you know this because I know you follow gold. Since last week, thank you, we're working with Kyle. We say, since we were here, we say that gold is going to trade 1625 minimum. Remember, Adser? We said it last week. Now, I believe that the move to the upside, let me show you, is important. That goes very well with a flat scenario. Oh, don't get me wrong. The bottom can be in place. As of right now, all I know is that I have a minimum target here, and I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or otherwise, I got one more leg that is going to come with divergence. It bounced from the equal legs. You guys want to know what it bounced there? Because it's the 1.236 inverse of the A and B, and also is the equal legs from here. Look, this leg is equal at the top right there. That's why we were pointing. If you take a look, that's why we were pointing here as a possible top. It looks like it dropped correctly in my view. Let me see. It dropped in 3, so maybe have more outside. And then that's going to make 5 ways. Look, almost equal, so a new high is coming in gold. answer. A new high is coming. But now the good thing is that you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if I want to sell it, I will wait for 1650 area, 1663 area to sell it against, like I told you, the trend line that comes from the highs. Why selling it? Very simple. Because nothing had told me. Now, this is for the gold trading. This is your stop loss, that trend line. I don't think it's going to get out there in this round unless it was nesting 1, 2, 1, 2 and then explode to the outside. If I want to sell it, to be honest with you, I will wait to see the new high around here. I want to see that I have in an hour, this trend line is right there still and giving me divergence, and then I sell it here. But I know that I'm selling against the 5 because I'm proposing a flat. A flat is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and a 5. So, but most important than everything, I need to see the decline. If the market buy around here and overlap here, it's time to get long gold instead of short. That's all Elliott Wave is going to tell you guys. Elliott Wave do not have, like I say, that, I mean, I think it was Bruce. Once I trade with over $1 million in my account. I didn't move a market a single bit. A single bit. So we don't make the market. We follow the market. Having said that, all the Elliott Wave, you understand that, Bruce, right? All that Elliott Wave does to you is an idea of which scenarios you can play with it and give you a trend. I mean, that's what I say. Like David say, nobody knows for sure when the market maker is going to stop the market. Because believe me, this is a manipulation, nothing else. I don't buy that everyone agree in one point. That's not like that. Those are the market makers. I always remember the trial of Goldman Sachs. How many times the CEO of Goldman Sachs say, we are market maker. I was laughing because many people do not understood at that moment what that guy was telling. You understand that, Bruce, right? He was saying, we made the market. We moved the market. We don't, guys. We follow the market. That's what I always say, nobody knows for sure. Because all I can say is, after 5, faded around this level. If the decline is corrective, then it's a buy go. If the decline is impulsive and you get separation, then goes a sell. Or that Elliott Wave is telling you is this. And I'm trying to teach you guys how I see the market. And like we were talking on the room today, I challenge everyone, know you guys, every survey around the world to post 3,000 paid of profit on probably in a year basis, because that's why nobody saying trades, Bruce, that's why nobody's saying trades on the Poly basics, because they know that it's very, very risky and stressful, because it's tough. That's why 95% of the traders lose money in this market. And we make money. It's not because we have the Holy Grail. It's because we know how to apply Elliott Wave. That's it. And trade the patterns. Look, this is all I can tell you. And this is how you guys should trade gold. Guys, if you guys have another pair, and explain it to you guys. If this is a 5-way swing, right here, all I can say is that Elliott Wave why I got 2 possibilities. Either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, and seeing divergency, next, and go to the cat now. I see in divergency. That's telling me that it's a 5 because the next do not give you divergency. So all I can say is this. After you see a top from here in 5, you're going to settle right here. Why? Because if it's going to do a 3-way and bounce, you got the C-way. If it top in a flat and it's going to go to 14, you ride the way. That's all Elliott Wave tell you. You see, Bruce? That's all Elliott. That's what Elliott Wave is all about. Nothing else. I don't know if they're going to stop the market here or higher. I don't know. I give you levels. Yes. I can tell you 5 equals 1, 1665. 618 of 3, 13, 1660. I can give you labels, but I don't know in which one of them it's going to stop. That's the whole point. Now, caps. Okay, the cap looks like at the end of the day, it's very interesting. Exactly. That's a good point. The Elliott Wave identified the difference between a trend and a correction within the trend. Exactly. That's all it does, most likely, David. 5 or 3, nothing else. Now, let's move on to the cap. Let me take some labels away here so you guys get no confused about it. Okay, here we go. My preferred count in CAD right now is this one. I got 3 ways here, and I'm expecting a correction to the downside. Now, I'm expecting a correction to the downside at some point ends below 98.86. With the strength in the dollar that we can, with the weakness in the dollar, that scenario can be very possible. Now, CAD can be also, I was thinking about it today, in a B-wave flat. I always say that this is questionable in some degrees. Now, it can be a bearish B-wave flat triangle. When you have A, everyone is expecting a bullish triangle, but because of the correlation on the market, I believe that it's going to be another leg of weakness in the dollar before the final trend in the dollar. Now, with that in mind, I would say A, and then this is B. You guys see that side, right? What I mean with that triangle. Now, when let's disregard the labeling. We got A. Let's put this one with a double parenthesis there, and then we got the B. I'm gonna take it some labels so you guys do not get lost in the labeling, because he erased the divergency here, which is very interesting. We can be that and didn't make a new low below this one. It made the C, probably because we're expecting more US dollar strength. We can be here on the D, and then CAD is going to trace for the final time the trend line here around 103 that I was expecting last week, and then trade lower before going higher. That's what I like there, Ed. I don't know if you like it, but I like that scenario there. Now you can see it right here. Look at the RSI. You can start to see the triangle in the RSI. You see the triangle within the RSI. So that's how I like it. As of right now, I'm seeing the market. But, I mean, I still believe that it's going to trade below this one right here. Why? This is an example, Bruce, Davey. I know you guys understand it. This move is a three-way move. You follow me? This is a three, which is telling me that only a bullish triangle can take to the upside. If I'm going to trade the cat only, you know what? I'm thinking bullish triangle. But because the dollar switch, the index and the dollar, the euro, those are providing me with divergency, then I'm thinking otherwise. Also, this is word supported with copper. Copper is showing a very similar structure like this one is right here, in my view. So if that being the case, I will go with that scenario. Now, you know what I mean, right? I mean, I just think about it this morning, to be honest with you. I was showing the diagonal into the C, but he brought about the diagonal. I don't like to force the count. I don't like expanded diagonal, which is another possibility here. But I don't like it. I say expanded diagonal. You're never going to see me laboring one. Same with truncation. You're never going to see me labor truncations. I don't believe so. I know it happens, but well. So that's very interesting. So if that's the case, this is favoring the flat in the S&P or an outside without breaking the 1292. Now, see another question there. On the short time frame, look, it looks like 5 swings ended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see the 5 swing right there? 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With divergency in a 1 hour here. So expect 3 back here and higher. Always be aware of one thing with the cat, the flat. That's what happens to us this week. Trickle out with the flat. I mean, but well, it broke below. It broke about the trend line. So let's see. But again, if you are an Elliott Wave waiver trader, you have to buy it here against the low, because you got 5 swings with divergency. Otherwise, you're not following the route or Elliott Wave. You know what I mean, Ed? I always gonna be a buyer after 5. I always gonna be a buyer of the C wave. Sometimes came out right, sometimes came out wrong. Like I say, we did about, let me see if I remember the number. For the last year, we did about 120 trades, something like that. We were winners. We lose only about 25% of the trades. We made 3,000 pips, always following the same setups. We don't pick. We don't enter in the middle of the trades or the frame. We enter always the 3 setups that we trade. Are always going to be like that. I tried for once to be an scalper, and out of 58 trades, Raji, how many I lost? I don't remember. You should remember that. I lost about, I don't know, 10 or 8 of them. But it's too stressful for me using Elliott Wave. I think that Rajit. Do you remember how many out of the 58 trades, something like that, right? Like 9 trades, almost 80. There was a month that we won about 80 something percent of the trades, 87, 89% of the trades. But I mean, it's very stressful to be right there scalping and telling you guys here, it's very stressful. I mean, I'm an honest person. Raji knows me for a long time. I mean, the membership do not pay to provide scalp trades, 4 or 5 trades a day. That's my view, because I think that for $150, we give a lot of service compared, like, for example, Elliott Wave International, they charge you $224 for euro, dollar, and dollar yen. 224. I don't know if anybody right here has been a member of Elliott Wave International at some moment, but that's what they charge. And we are as good as waiver as they are. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, you can tell her. There is a Publix right there when you can type. Everyone can see it. I mean, how much you pay? About $600. No, Bruce says that he has all the service from Elliott Wave International, and I don't want to say the end. You guys assume what he said. I don't know. That he can explain why. That he can explain why. I mean, I don't want to sound awful, but I at some moment, I have, in the night and around 2005, I was a member also, and I saw the reports every day, and they only trade one side of the dollar. That's it. And correction, they don't care about you. They don't care about your money. I mean, so we give a lot out to the minnow service for $150. You understand, Bruce, what I mean? We carry 20 pairs of videos. So, I mean, at least we provide trades when you can pay the membership on the yearly basis. It doesn't mean that every month you're going to make 600 picks or 500 picks. I mean, I was thinking, to be honest with you, I know you told me over the phone, David, I remember. Exactly. I know that, Bruce. I mean, I was telling James that because we know some members, we have around 300 members around the world. And many of them, they want coaching. They want us to tell them when to trade. And I'll be honest with you guys, I try. We try, me, James, DV, we all try. But I remember once, David's been here. David, you've been here almost for 8 or 9 months already, right? Or a year already. I remember once a member trading 3 standard. I'm going to call you later, to be honest with you. I missed your call yesterday. I mean, trading 2 standard lot with a $1,000 account. Because people rely in our call, guys. And we try, and every 2 months we say, we're going to send more trade. We're going to send more trade. But it's very hard. And we trade. We run a fund manager account, and we were positive. We were positive last month. Exactly. That's a good point, David. I agree with you. Sometimes we own the trade. I got to be honest with you. Because We feel responsible. I mean, I see people, I don't want to make the name service, that they were laboring a wave 4 at the 618. They don't care about you guys' money. They don't care. They care about the buyers. So that's the whole point. And another thing is that with Elliott Wave forecast, you guys learn Elliott Wave. Exactly. I know what you mean. I mean, that's why they are technically out of service, David. You notice that, right? They are not active anymore. For example, I mean, Dina, you there, right? Dina, I guarantee you that he has learned a lot of Elliott Wave in the 3 or 4 months that he's been with Elliott Wave forecast. Between the videos, the forums, the seminars, you learn. I mean, we cannot be right every time. So any other pair, guys? It looks like the euro is doing an, okay, the yen pairs, you are the best. It looks like the euro is doing like in a small triangle here. Small time frame. Okay, let's start with the dollar yen, Zach. No, you can read. I mean, I challenge you guys. I'm sorry, Zach. Challenge you guys. Look, this is public, my friend. We update the trades every time that they happen. Either it's a winning or it's a loser. Look, we lost 2 trades this week. They're there. I don't care. We got 4 losses in the row. I don't care. That happens before, and they're going to happen again. As far as you manage your money, you're always going to come out winner. You follow me? But look, the same way that I can show you a stage like that. Won't be the first, won't be the last. Look, the best example is right here, my friend. Look. There are always corrections. We are at the top right here. I was expecting a little decline, but it's going to keep going higher. That's the performance line. So what else you can expect for that? Now, the dollar yen, I believe, that ended 5 ways, like I've been saying, and is trading higher, either to 77.30 to 77.47 before the final decline in this pair. I believe a little bigger time frame. I'm laughing because something that David typed right there. You are good. I mean, I believe that this pair did a 5-way swing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe that this pair did a triangle in the middle. So what I'm expecting is a new low and finish a move from expecting a finish a move that happens from 2008 in the ending diagonal. Now, dollar yen, let me see the Aussie yen. Okay, another pair with the same structure. This is the pound yen, which again, it looks like it did finish a cycle here and should get weak. So I see yen weakness, believe it or not, I mean, in a corrective wave before another round or straining the yen take place. That's what I see. Any specific that you want in the yen pairs? I know where you're coming from, but well, let me ask you anyway. Yeah, I have it here. That's you know that parrot. I don't like it. Let me see if I have it in this computer. Yeah, there you go on the bottom here. This is what I have. I think that is ending. This is the weekly. I got a A, the B. This was a 3. Then I'm expecting 3 waves here. Is around the trend lines. I agree with you on that side. Look, this trend line that comes since 2008 lows. Then it comes the 2009, the 2010, the 2011. It's around that trend line. And I'm expecting this bound before going lower again. You know what I mean? That's what I like there. Is 98 OA is being my target there all the time. Is the 618 of the first leg right there. I said something to you that level? A, B, and then if it's a flat, if they end it here, then it's going to react stronger. Another level that can be is 98. 98 is going to be stronger there, in my view. Is the one, if it's a flat, it's the 1.236 inverse. If it is a B wave taking away of 3 wave, then because this was a 3, a flat, this can be a double zigzag or anything, then if what we ending is A, can be at the 98 OA. You know what I mean? 1 second, let me go a little small. Now, this looks to be a 3-way move, as it is. When you have most likely A, B, Z, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When the low right there is at C equal 1, then you have a retracement, not even to the 50%. Or the other one, I don't remember, is like, but now from here, $97 is right here, the equals, or we ending a 3-way move from here, very similar to the euro case. You know what I mean? But again, divergence is in here, so in an hour, it looks like, 1 second, let me put the candles on it. Very similar to the euro also. Look, looks like a triangle. You see the triangle, Zach? Maybe it's close. Everything is close. I know you were telling me before. You are the king of the time. So, but again, no time to go long yet. Wait for this trend line to be taken. It's a well-defined channel there. A little bit smaller, you can see the triangle there. Or the low is in. But maybe the triangle is better. From here, you can see 1 and regular 2. Let me see if this, you're going to see the indicator. If the low is not in, the indicator from here in the 15 minutes is going to do this. It's going to go from there to the lows and the indicators on the high now. Then the euro yen is a sell against this level. You see? That's exactly what it is. You see? From the high, 1, 2, 3 at the highs. At the 3802 in a triangle, and then it's going to be a trousseau. You see what I mean, Zach? That's the indicator. That's what the indicator is telling you. Now, if you want to sell it, you sell it here. You put the stop at 98.90. You risk 30 picks, and you can get, if it's going to be a 5, yeah, you can get I mean, those are the scalping trade that we can sell, like that one. You risk 20 picks to gains, I don't know, 70. We can export it like that. Let me say one thing. From here, look, 1, then regular 2, the lowest read here looks like 3 ended here. It's got one more low. Yeah, I don't mean chasing a 5. I won't do it myself. But like I say, those are scalping trade based on Elliott Wave. Now, the move here, it goes very interesting. Because let me see the 1 hour how it looks like. You see, it gives you the euro yen is telling you, Zach, that this is a 5-way move. You know how it works. 1, 2, 3 to the lows. You see how it went to the high on the 4, and then the 5. It's at the 5. It's at the 618. But maybe the 618 that is going to rule is the one inside, so it can extend a bit. But I don't see it. Like I told you, 98 is a great long here. You agree with me, Zach? 98 is a great long right there. Any other pair, guys? Any other question? Okay, guys, it's been almost 2 hours of fun today. Love that. So recording later, talk to you guys later. Rajiv, call me in about an hour, my friend. Thank you, guys. Bruce, I'll give you a call before the end of the day.